Hey there, my name is Brandon DeVere, and I am with EPIQUE Realty. I want to share with you the benefits that we are offering and just take you through a quick rundown. Don't want to keep you here all day, so I'm going to keep it fairly short. If there's some items that you want further explanation on, feel free to reach out to me, and I will get that information for you. But we're just going to kind of go do a quick a breakdown of what is offered. So to give you an idea, one of the things that I've heard our CEO, Josh Miller, and co-founder, say about this brokerage was that if something like Epic already existed, that he would never have tried to create a new brokerage. So the reason I say that is because he's truly trying to figure out ways in which this benefits the agent and not just trying to make a copycat. Of course, there's similar components to this brokerage that you'll find at other brokerages, but it's truly not a copycat type brokerage. We are, and he is trying to create something amazing for the agents. And you'll find that when you see some of the benefits in here, you'll find a common theme with them is that it is getting agents back to becoming or being agents and selling more homes. A lot of the stuff that you see in here is going to be taking things off the agent's plate so they can sell homes. Most agents got into this business to sell homes. And they didn't get into it to be a photographer, a sign installer, someone who just does paperwork all day. So you'll see that the items in here is that they're pulling it off the agent's plate so the agent can get back to selling homes. So we'll do a brief rundown here. Anything else, need any further explanation, let me know. And I can definitely schedule a time to do that with you. So we are currently in about 14 to 15 states. We do have agent. We are either open or have a wait list in 40 states as of right now, and getting calls. And so we could be coming to a state to yours very soon. So keep an eye on that. And if you want to come to joinepic.com, you can always take a look at where you can join the wait list, or you can check the current states that we are in. And I guess I'll just bring that up for you real quick, just so you can get a quick look to see where we already are. That way, if need be, you can have the opportunity to take a look. So green states is where we are currently at. White states we are not, and the kind of light green is where we are coming soon. So if you see this and you're excited about it, you want to be a part of it, still reach out, but know that even if your state's not up yet, that it could be coming soon as well. Because there's even some states on here that I know that are in the pipeline that are not necessarily it's not reflecting on here quite yet. So brief rundown, daily training. So this is, daily training is offered at multiple areas. That really you get out of it what you put into it. So if you do show up, you'll have the opportunity to learn on a lot of different things. Our training covers all kinds of things, anything from AI to our CRM, all that stuff. Forever mentorship, I want to touch on this one, and I'll take a little bit more time on because this is great, not just for new agents. That is I guess a misconception on mentorship, because most anyone who is at the top of their game has a mentor of some sort, and this is no different. So what we offer here is that most brokerages offer mentorship or training in a certain way, coaching for a certain amount of time. Let's say 3 to 5 deals. That's a common area where you get 3 to 5 deals, and then you're gone and you're off on your own, right? But you also have to pay for that, right? So here, our forever mentorship is we saw a big hole in the mentees, where they were and what they were learning. Because the reality is that you can, if you get to your 3 or 5 deals, it might take you over a year. Some agents, it takes longer than that. So just because you're doing it, even if it's every other month, you're going through a deal every other month, that doesn't mean that you've perfected it. So and also you probably haven't perfected it even 15 years in the business. So we noticed that agents still need mentorship. We have someone assigned to them. And whether it's your first deal, your 100th deal, your 1,000th deal, you're in your first year or your 10th or 20th year, if you need help, you have access to your mentor, your area leader, and it does not come out of your pocket. It comes out of the company dollar. Concierge support. This is a good spot for if you don't like creating your own flyers and you don't like doing things like that, or you need to set up appointments. for certain things like listing photos or anything like that, you can reach out to them, request some help, and they will help you with that. TC services. Now, that's another one I'll go a little bit deeper on because this is very important. A lot of agents don't even know or have never used a TC, a transaction coordinator. So with a transaction coordinator, what happens here is that you get your TC set up to you, and it's going to be the same one, at least the same team that is going to help you with your services. Again, this is where EPIQUE looked and said, you know what? We want agents to be real estate agents. While they're doing paperwork, they are not working on the next deal or finding the next client or showing the next home. They are doing paperwork and getting bogged down with that. So what they said is that, most agents are paying $300 to $500, some cases even more. So what they said is that we're going to offer this to our agents, and agents get the free TC services, taking that off your plate so that you can go ahead and open up to find more clients, work with more clients, follow up with your past clients, sell more homes. In addition, we get free leads. This one I'll kick over here, kind of show you where the free leads are. This is going to be free leads. You're going to get buyers, sellers, buyer leads, show you where they're going to come from. They're going to come from social media ads, Facebook, Instagram, Google ads, things like that. They'll be into the lead pool, and then you will go claim them. And that's how the buyer leads are going to work. And then also for the seller leads, we're getting a lot of expired FSBO and pre-foreclosure. The benefit of those leads is that you actually have people that that had wanted to sell at some point. So if you have the ability to bring them an offer, or you see the ability to have better marketing services through you, or maybe you align better with them, those are leads that you have. These leads, these buyer and seller leads, do not have any additional cost for or split or anything like that. However, full transparency is that when we have partner leads, these leads here, they charge on their own. That's not an additional split to EPIQUE. That's their own split. So they may have a lot of them 30%, 35%, things like that. The other thing is, I haven't seen anybody at this. If you're interested in agent attraction and rev share and things like that, we are going to have this is not right here. This is not active yet, and I haven't seen a brokerage offer this yet either. This is a traction lead. So once you get trained in EPIQUE to be an attractor, you will have access to these leads that are coming in. I've never seen anything like that. If that's part of your business, something that you want to do, that's an amazing part of it. Right here, listing photos. How many times have you went and got that listing and you're like, yes, got that listing, so exciting, super fun. And then you start thinking in your head all the things that you have to pay for, including listing photos. A couple of years ago, we didn't have to pay for listing photos. In classes I was teaching, I was telling agents, please still get professional photos. You are not a photographer. Even though some agents are very good at it, you don't need to be spending your time taking and editing videos or photos when you can have somebody do actual listing photos for you. Of course, if you're going to do a tour or do a post like that, of course, your phone is absolutely fine. But there are professionals out there, and they should be handling these photos. I took this off my seller's plates years ago because I knew if I said, hey, do you want professional photos? And it's going to be X amount, they weren't going to get them. So I was paying for my clients' photos every time. And I was telling agents back in 2020, when homes were just flying off the shelves, agents were trying to skip that step. But now when they're going to compete, their portfolio shows these bad photos where they should have been taking much better photos. So now this is off your plate as well. You come in, we are a cloud-based brokerage. So what you do is you hit on your app, you get a listing. This is a listing. This is where I want the photos to be. And they're going to schedule just like that. Yard signs. Again, awesome. I just got a listing. Now I need to pay for yard signs in addition to listing photos. Well, now EPIQUE provides yard signs. And this is also not just yard signs for you. They also provide the installation and the removal in certain areas. And in most major areas, it's typically the rural areas where you may have there's solutions for that, but it's not the common thing. So it does happen where you might have access to additional benefits that are not for the installation and the removal, and where they house the signs. CE courses. How many times have we had to go pay $20, $25 here for a 3-hour course, wherever it's at? Go to your local MLS. Go take it from a competing brokerage, or maybe from a mortgage company, title company, whatever. EPIQUE has agreed to pay for your education, your continuing education, to keep your license active. Car washes. This is funny because most people will be like, oh, why would I choose a brokerage for a car wash? Yeah, I'm never going to do that. And you shouldn't. Absolutely, you should not. There should be no scenario where an agent goes, I'm going to join a brokerage because of a car wash. And if you are in that scenario, then you're probably at the wrong brokerage to begin with, if a car wash is going to entice you. But again, remember when I said that EPIQUE is about taking as many things off the agent's plate as possible? This is one of those things that I'm talking about. Most of us work from our car. Even if we work for a company that has an office building and offices and everything, one of the things that we spend a lot of time in is our car. So that's kind of our mobile office. And when you're showing up to appointments, showings, meetings, listing presentation, and your car is dirty, that's probably not what the first impression, second, or even third impression you probably want to make on somebody. So again, thinking of the agent being in the field, EPIQUE said, you know what we should do? Let's give them free car washes. For myself, I was spending $30 a month on an unlimited pass. And I joined EPIQUE and got this exact same pass. And the story goes is that Josh was on, Josh Miller, one of our co-founders and CEO. He was out showing homes. They had a quick break in between showings. So he went, I think he grabbed some lunch or something, and he ended up parking under a tree. The birds got him. So he came out and he was like, oh no, here I am. Well, now if that happens to an agent that's that exact thing or something similar where you need to get your car washed quickly and you're like, man, I don't want to spend, just a one car wash is like $15, I think $15-20. But now you don't, this is just something that I don't pay for anymore. And it's just a perk. It's not something that I didn't join EPIQUE Realty for car washes, and you shouldn't either. But if you have that benefit, use it 100%. Free social media ads. So the free social media ads, how this happens, this is actually a pretty cool. They'll promote your listings. They will do Facebook and Instagram ads, and they do. So full disclosure, like this is a misconception as well, is that they will only do it for 7 days. They do it in 7-day increments. So if you wanted to have a social media ad, you would request the ad within your app, within our cloud app, and you would say, I need this. It goes on for 7 days, because if it's just, and then you just re-request it. So if you want it to go for 28 days, you would just request it every 7 days. Now it does sound tedious, but imagine having to reset your ads every 7 days. And think about the reality of this is that why is it not just continuously running? The main reason is because if you sold your home, or if you sold your listing and it continued to run with no checks and balances, it would just continue to running an ad on a home that's not even for sale anymore after it already sold, or they don't know if you've put a hold on it, you put it in withdrawn or temporarily withdrawn. So that's why they do it that way. It's not just 7 days worth of ads, just to be clear. And even when you do sell the home, you can do an additional 7 days of just sold ads as well. So free billboards. Now this also comes with a caveat. Certain places like Austin, Texas, they do not allow digital billboards at all. So no, you won't get them there. However, anywhere they are, this is where it says in select areas, anywhere that they're available, they will have your ads here. There's some cool stuff coming in the future with these billboards as well. Just can't talk about it yet because it hasn't been made official. But if you ever want to be on a billboard, here's your chance. It's a digital billboard, and you get to choose the location, your preferred area that you like it to be, and you'll see your happy face trying to find your happy place. Headshots, we do these as well. These are AI generated, so you want to submit. Pay attention to all of the instructions to get you the most cleanest headshot that you can. I think they give you back about 75 or 100, so you'll grab a handful to choose from in there. I've seen some very great ones. The other thing is, here in Las Vegas, where I'm at, is you don't necessarily want to go out and get headshots, in the middle of the summer, because it's so hot. Some places it's super cold. They got snow out, and this just kind of replaces that. And you have a bunch of other headshots that you could use for certain social media posts and things like that. So you could just repurpose those for that reason. free healthcare. Now, this one is, I won't get too deep into this one. There's a lot of information to learn about this. And in what you currently have, is it better than that? I don't know. What I do know is that one of our agents saved $150 with her prescriptions and copays by using our healthcare. She joined within 2 days. She already had everything set up. And within a week of that, she had her first appointment, and she also had her prescriptions delivered directly to her door. We cover, so again, a bunch of information here. We have over 1,000 prescriptions that we get included for free. If you don't get it, actually, let me break this down a little bit more. If it's a prescription that's not covered, we actually have a discount prescription card, which that I did it myself. I had a sinus infection. I went in, my prescription was going to be $28. I brought it in, and it was $14 after that. Certain different things, 27 urgent care. We've had agents use that already. Mental health, you have you have access to. Children and spouses. This one is actually great as well. And I'll tell you something that's amazing about this. So you get this, you'll add for your spouse will be an additional $20, and then it's $5 for anyone else in the household. So for a family of 4, you could essentially have $30 a month to have you access to these things. And the reason that I say this is important is because, how many times does your child get sick, or what's wrong with you? Maybe it's your spouse. Like me, I get sinus infections, so does my wife. Maybe she gets a sinus infection, and now all of a sudden she needs, instead of going to, I know they have urgent care and all that stuff, and it's super great, right? But especially now, because you can just go like log in and say, hey, I'm checking in now. But when you get there, you're still paying the copay, and you're probably there for another hour anyways. Every time I do that, I schedule it, I get there, and I'm still waiting, 25, $40, whatever the copay is. And then when I leave, I paid that money. Now I got to go pick up my prescription anyways. Well, now if you have a recurring symptoms or things like a sinus infection, you can go on your telehealth call. It literally takes less than 4 minutes, and your prescription will be waiting for you, within, an hour or whatever. But that's where it's even beneficial if you already have health insurance. Again, back to the tech, we deal with a lot of AI and things like that. EPIQUE AI, this is our custom AI that EPIQUE has put together that is very specific for us, including broker AI and things like that. We use Lofty as our CRM. This is usually going around $600 per agent if you got it on your own. And then we also use the AI version, which is an additional $50 a month. Some great stories on this AI. Right now, what's happening is that we're picking up leads so early, just in the industry in general, we're picking up leads so early in their process that they're not ready when we first call them. And so what happens is, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but our percentage of closing our conversion rates are about 1% and probably less than that. And part of the reason is we're catching people so early in their search that they might not really be ready to look for another 6 to 12 months, but they're starting now and they're not ready yet. And our follow-up is not great. So the AI can actually take over the ability to have that conversation and further qualify them. So when they're ready, then that's when you can reach out. Again, our EPIQUE Cloud App. This is where everything is done. This is where we basically have our own members section where all the agents are in there. Very similar to something like Facebook Workplace. And then also in here, you download the app, but there's no additional software. You don't have to download anything to your computer. You can visit it from the web, from a URL, as well as the app. So you have all of your business is literally in your phone. That's where all your transactions are, where you order photos, where you do everything. Have access to Canva Pro. If you know what that is, basically kind of like a Photoshop-ish type of editing software. You have access to that as well. You get your own fully integrated IDX site. Now, what's a benefit of this is that most agent websites, IDX websites, are directly tied into their one MLS. Why do you think consumers are going to Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Redfin? Because they can search homes everywhere, and they're not coming back to your site because you only have homes, in my case, in Las Vegas. Well, now if I have somebody relocating from Las Vegas to, Los Angeles, California, they're going to go look at another site and then they're going to find somebody else. Well, what I can do here is say, hey, stay on my site. I have access to those homes as well. That would give me the opportunity as an agent to make more money through a referral. So that's a big benefit there. Epic Business Card, we have our business card here, and it is, instead of paper business cards, it's a digital business card. They can either scan it, there's a QR code on the back, or you can tap it to someone's phone. It will go to your landing page. If you're not familiar with a landing page, it's just basically a web page with that you can actually design what links and what goes there. If you want to work mainly with sellers, you can have, hey, I have an instant offer for you, I have your home value, whatever it is, or you can just put links in each one to take them where it is that you want to go, and it's just through a quick tap of that. Company stock, we do award stock for certain things. There's different ways to earn that stock. Right now, it's not publicly traded, which is a massive benefit for anybody that's in here now. Because if and when we do go public, the chances are the stock is going to rise pretty significantly. You will get it for certain things, like for joining. You will get it for hitting an anniversary date, recruiting an agent, selling your first home with Epic, capping, or hitting power agent status, which we'll talk about power agent in just a moment, as well as capping. Here, declining caps, I shouldn't guarantee, but I guarantee that I have never seen anybody do this before. The declining caps actually decline each year based on, it's a loyalty-based award based on your tenure with EPIQUE Realty. So year one, you're going to be paying $15,000 in the cap. Year two, 14, 13, 12, 11, all the way down to 10, and it caps at 10. So within that first 10 years, you're going to end up saving an additional year up front, which you would normally have in most brokerages. This is going to be, let's say it's 18 or 16. It would be 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16 continuously forever. Here you get the declining cap, and that's pretty impressive in my opinion. As far as rev share goes, if you're familiar with rev share, if this is something that you want to do, I won't get too deep into it, but anybody who is into rev share and agent attraction and recruiting, this is something that this right here, this no frontline qualifiers or FLQs, that right there should tip you off right away. Because if you have any sizable team, you'll understand the value of FLQs and the value of not having them. And this is massive, massive. It's 5 levels deep, and it is 10% company dollar, 10% of company dollar through 5 levels, and you can attract nationwide. Again, not going too deep into that because I know a lot of people just want to sell homes. They don't necessarily want to attract agents. The Power Award, this here is what we basically a benefit that we give for the top producers in the company. And the qualifications are going to be that you sell 24 or more transactions, and or you do 10 million in sales. And so what this does is it reduces the monthly fees. There's no cultural requirements. Once you hit that number, you don't have to attend anything at all. And you get back to the rev share, you get double rev share. So instead of getting 10% on your level 1, you will earn 20% on that level 1 if that's something that's interesting to you. And then you also get your company stock, or you'll get up to your cap in stock. And it says up to 15 because if you are at year 2 and it's only 14, you will get up to 14 because that's what you paid into stock. So here, this is very important. A lot of people want to know about this. So we are an 85-15 split cap. Once you hit your $15,000 cap, or whatever your cap is, depending on how long you've been there, you go to 100%. Our monthly is $149 a month, or if you choose to pay for a year up front, you get rewarded, and it will be $99 a month. The transaction fee is 0.1%, meaning, and it caps at $500 per transaction, meaning that if you have a $300,000 deal, it's going to be $300 transaction fee. If it is a $500,000 deal, it's a $500 transaction fee. If it's a $1 million home, it is a $500 transaction fee. It caps right there. We have no royalties or franchise fees, no annual or quarterly fees. E&O is included. No hidden fees, no extra fees, and it is a one-time startup cost of $99 just to get all of your everything set up for you in that way. So there are teams. If you are a team member, I'll briefly just bring this up. There's different types of teams that we have. We have family teams, not just limited to husband and wife, which we've had before. Family teams could actually be a brother, sister, or, son and daughter, mother, son, mother, daughter, father, son, either one. But if you have more information on teams, then feel free, please, to reach out to me and we'll have a conversation on that. Sustainability, again, this is the most common question always, is that how do you guys offer so much? A lot of people, it's very hard to believe, and I get it. A lot of people don't think that we can continue to do it. You'll be surprised at the things that you can do when you're not trying to squeeze every last penny out of your agents. When you're trying to make it truly for everybody involved, you can find ways to provide more than anyone would ever imagine. And we do this through strategic partnerships with the companies that we are, the third-party companies that we're using, the way that we are building our in-house technology. When you're not paying for outside technology and you have the ability to build these things within, it costs much less. And then certain things that we use are like automation and onboarding and things like that. We don't have a whole team of people onboarding, and that's why it moves so much faster, because we're not waiting on somebody. We have certain things in place that have everything set up for that. Capped expenses. So for instance, if we have something that we've been offering and people aren't really using it or don't like it, and it falls into this budget, we remove that. That doesn't mean that we don't spend that money anymore. We find something better for that the agents would really like the car washes and things like that. Like that came as like a secondary item after, we pulled something else out that wasn't being utilized and wasn't perceived as a value from the agent standpoint. So again, if you have any more info or if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out. You can schedule, if you have access to my calendar, schedule an appointment with me. We'll talk about it. Really just want to do a quick rundown of what EPIQUE Realty is and what it is that we're trying to do and how we're trying to make it the best we want to make it best for all agents, but we understand that we are not for all agents as well. So we know that. We get it. We know that some people do better in different types of brokerages. We don't feel that we are a copycat brokerage, although that we will get typecast as that because we do offer similar items as other brokerages. Again, back to what Josh said, was that really stuck with me, was that if something like EPIQUE already existed, I would not have created it. So, all right, thank you guys. My name is Brandon DeVere, and I hope to see you guys over with us. If not, I'm always open for collaboration, brokerage agnostic collaboration. I love it all. All right, have a great one.